welcome back. So this is the quick and dirty version of evaluating an auction I have not yet won. I would like to win this auction. Yeah, the last time I did a video like this, I did it kind of after I had won the auction and I walked through what I was thinking in the moment. This is probably the longer, hopefully this is the longer version that summarizes me evaluating this auction, finding a price that I can bid, that I can live with, and eventually winning it. But as I'm recording this, I really have no clue whether I'm going to win it or not. We'll see how that pans out. This is for the people who don't mind watching long videos and want to see what my process is from beginning to end. And maybe we'll just see how long this actually takes me to do an evaluation. It's a big lot. Let's get to it. So this is the auction that I'm going to be evaluating and bidding on. You can see it's going to end in 9 hours, which is at 10:15 tonight. That would be on a Saturday night, roughly 10:15. Anytime between like 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock on a weekend night are just not good nights to have auctions end on you. In order to win this, I'm probably not going to make my money back in the end. Also, when we start going through the titles, you'll see that there's a bunch of titles in here that I'm going to want to keep. The chances are good that if I were to win this auction, I am not going to get my money back in the end. In this auction, I will get my money back eventually. Somehow I'll find Blu-rays at pawn shops or thrift stores or in other eBay lots where I come out ahead, and that will make up the difference in the long run. But there's a good chance that I'm not going to make my money back one for one on this auction with the titles that I sell if I were to win it. Just know that in advance. Also know that I'm probably going to have to bid a little more than I probably would want to, because this set has a ton of titles that I actually want to keep. In the long run, if I were to buy them all individually, I will definitely be saving money compared to doing that, because I won't be paying any shipping and I won't have the pain of having to go to individual auctions and pay, wait for them to ship, have them come in one by one. It's just a giant pain in the butt when I can just kind of knock out, I don't know, like a good 40 titles in one shot that I want to keep. That's why if I go a little higher than I normally have said in the past I would, that's why. It's because for some reason, this person has put what is probably their entire collection online, and it just happens to line up with some of my tastes. And so I'm going to bid a little higher than I traditionally would. This is the auction right here. You can see it says 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray collection, spelled blue wrong. The bidding is already up to $205.50. Got $8.40 in shipping. And like I said, it ends in roughly 9 hours. So let's take a look at this. So first off, we've got the Dark Knight trilogy, couple of the original 80s Batman movies, Back to the Future on Blu-ray, not 4K. You'll notice a lot of 4Ks in here. That's the main reason why I want this. I already have the Dark Knight trilogy, but I don't have it in 4K. I don't have any of the older Batman movies, but I'd love to own them. I already have this Back to the Future Blu-ray set, but I can resell this one. I already have The Martian, but not in 4K. I already have Upgrade. So Upgrade, Get Out, I already have, but not in 4K. It, I already have, but not in 4K. John Wick, don't have it. Here it is in a 4K. Ready Player One in 4K. I have that. Arrival. So I'll be reselling that 4K. Arrival, I have, but not in 4K. So that's all an upgrade. Then you've got this Steelbook of the Bourne collection in Blu-ray. I have the Bourne collection, but I have an older version that takes up too much shelf space, so I'd probably sell that and keep this Steelbook. Then you've got the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe in one nice, tidy package. And I have the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I have them in individual Blu-rays. If I wanted to save shelf space, I could keep this version and then sell the individual titles. Easily get my money back doing that, if not more, because some collectors just like having the individual titles as opposed to a nice trim package like that. Also, it looks relatively brand new. I mean, it can't be that old if it's all 23 movies. I mean, the last Marvel movie came out in 2019, and that was number 23. Then you've got AVP, Prometheus. You've got a bunch of Alien titles here, all in Blu-ray. I already own the quadrilogy. I don't care about having the Aliens versus Predators titles. So basically all of those Aliens titles I will be able to resell. Then over here, you've got Halloween and the Halloween remake, both in 4K. Neither of them I have. I don't care about the Halloween remake, but I would love to have the classic Halloween in 4K, so that would be a keeper for me. The original Kick-Ass in 4K, I'd be keeping that, selling my copy of the Blu-ray version. Braveheart 4K, I'd be keeping that. Revenant, I'd be keeping that. Greatest Showman, probably selling that, even though I don't have it on Blu-ray or 4K. I just don't care about that movie. I don't know. I might keep it just to juice the 4K numbers for a little while. Who knows? Terminator 2 in 4K. I have that, and my copy is still wrapped. So I would keep this used copy for my personal use and then sell the wrapped version for maximum return. Hacksaw Ridge in 4K. I have that wrapped. And so I would sell my wrapped copy, keep the used copy. Then you've got the Saw 7 film collection. Don't care about Saw. I would probably resell that depending on what it fetches. Fifth Element in 4K. I have the Blu-ray. I'd love the 4K. I'd be keeping that. Men in Black Trilogy. Don't have any of those on Blu-ray. Keeping all of that. Mummy Ultimate Trilogy in 4K. Have that on Blu-ray, but not on 4K, so I'd be keeping that. Joker. Have that on Blu-ray, not on 4K, keeping that. E.T. Have that in 4K, but my copy is wrapped again, so would sell that. Interstellar, another upgrade, would keep the 4K, sell the Blu-ray. Then we've got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Don't have any copies of that, so I'd probably keep the 4K. Green Book, I already have the 4K of Green Book. My copy is used. I'd sell one of them. Obviously, I don't need 2 copies of Green Book. I don't even want 1 copy of Green Book, to be honest. But since it's a Best Picture winner, I have to keep it, unfortunately. Then you've got John Wick 2 4K. I would keep that. Logan 4K, I already have that, so I would sell one of my extra copies. And then Super 8 and the original TV version of Stephen King's It on Blu-ray. I already have both of those, so I would be reselling these. In looking at this auction, there are a ton here that I would love to keep. Probably where most of the money is in the ones that I would want to keep, except for maybe the cinematic universe. But there's also a ton in here that are just upgrades, so I'll be able to sell my Blu-ray copies. And if I can keep the price, the per title price, as low as possible, then in theory, because I'm buying in bulk here, I might be able to trade off $1 for dollar between the 4K and the price I could get for an individual Blu-ray individually sold on eBay, right? So if I can, because I'm buying in bulk, Get Out on 4K for like between $7 and $10. I don't know what Get Out on Blu-ray runs, but it might possibly be between $7 and $10 on eBay. I have no clue. I'm just throwing a hypothetical out there. So I might be able to get a 1-for-1 upgrade on some of these 4K titles in the end. Let's do some evaluations. If you've watched my other video where I talk about buying a big lot on eBay and selling the titles I don't want in order to pay for all the titles I kept, we're going to do exactly that. I'm just going to do it in real time this time, so you know roughly how long this normally takes me. In the browser, if you go to sheets.new and hit go, this is actually like a handy shortcut with Google Sheets to open up a spreadsheet for you without any hassle, go into Drive or anything like that. So I use that often. Just a little handy tip for you. Sheets.new. If you go to doc.new, it does the same thing. It just opens up a Google Doc for you without having to go through all that pain. We're just going to name this 4K eBay lot eval. There we go. Okay. Luckily enough, down here in the description, you'll see that they already have all of the titles already typed out for us. I wish they hadn't have added the numbers there because it kind of screws up some speed we might have had in the copy paste, but I'm just going to highlight all that, copy it, go back to my evaluation tab and paste. So now I've got each one on its own line. We're going to add a row to the top just to keep this organized. Drop this line down to here. We're going to call this title. This is going to be 4K. So if it is a 4K, we're going to put a check in that. We're going to call this keep. So this is where I'm just going to label things. So that's a 4K. Hacksaw Ridge is a 4K. Judgment Day, Joker, Revenant, Braveheart, Logan, Kick-Ass. I'm going to zoom this in because I'm not seeing it very well. I don't know about you. There we go. Halloween, Batman. These are all 4K titles. Like I said, you can see there's just like a ton of 4K titles in here. And lately I've been on a mission to upgrade as many titles as I can to 4K, especially if they're titles that I actually enjoy, which pretty much most of these are. And the ones that aren't, I would resell anyway. So, okay. I think all the rest are Blu-rays. You can see there's a ton of 4Ks here. So, in the keep, let's figure out what I'm going to keep. I would keep Joker 4K. I would keep The Revenant, Braveheart, Kick-Ass, Halloween 1978, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Ultimate Trilogy, Men in Black, Interstellar, Spider-Man. Would not keep Green Book. Would keep John Wick. Not Ready Player One. John Wick, Fifth Element, Arrival, It Chapter 1, Get Out. Would not keep Upgrade. Martian I'd keep. Would not keep that. Dark Knight Trilogy, keep that. Would not keep that. Born Classified, I'd probably keep that. None of the Aliens I would keep. And not Prometheus. Okay. So there we go. So now we know what I'm going to keep, what's on 4K versus Blu-ray. We can now sort this. Where is sort? Here we go. No, that's not sort. This is sort. No, this is sort. That's filter. Data. Sort. There we go. So now we got all the keepers up by the top. Now let's add another column and we'll do est for estimated, right? This is where we're going to estimate. So in this first column, I'm going to do this a little differently than I did the last time. I'm just going to estimate based on what I would pay for these, right? We're like, I generally have a $10 rule when it comes to 4K, which means I'm not paying any more than $10. I mean, I might pay like $9.99 plus tax, but in general, I'm looking for 4Ks for $10 or less. That's my goal. And so in the estimated, I know that I would pay $10 for Joker on 4K. So I'm just going to tell, if I'm trying to come up with a number of what I would like to pay for this lot, I'm just going to give each of these 4Ks $10, right? $10 down the line. You'll see that some of these are like collection packs. And so I'm going to have to go back and adjust this number. But that's the easy way to get $10 down the line. Then let's run down. Ultimate Trilogy has 3 movies in it. So let's go 30 for that one. Men in Black has 3 movies in it. That one's at 30. Dark Knight Trilogy is at 30. This Born Classified collection, evidently there's 4 FOR. There's 4 movies in this, but they're Blu-rays. And I typically only pay $2.50 at most for a used Blu-ray. And so we're going to assume that there's 4 in here because if they said 4, we'll extrapolate that by $2.50. So $10 for this. Oops, wrong area. Let's undo that and go $10 here for that one. For my keepers in the estimated column, we're already at $270. Like, were I to buy all these and pay what I'm comfortable paying out in the wild, if I were to find them one by one, either on Amazon or in a pawn shop or whatever, I would be paying $270 for just these titles in 4K and that foreign classified collection. So already, if you look back at the auction, it's at $202 plus $8.40, roughly $210. Let's say 210, maybe 215 is more likely, but whatever. The point is, it's less than $270. Already I know that if I bid $270, even though I still have all those other titles to sell, if I bid $270, I'm competing with being out in the real world and buying them individually, title by title. So if I were to buy them individually, title by title on eBay, it would be far more than $270 because I'm going to be paying $3 per title to ship it to me, minimum. Most places, it's a little more than $3, like $3 to $6 to ship type of thing. Since there's just so many in here that I'd want to keep, then I know that I'm at least going to spend $270, if not more, in the initial. And then I will get a bunch of that back by reselling the ones that I don't want, as well as reselling the Blu-rays that I upgraded to 4K. So what we really want to get to is that price, right? That magic price that says, this is what I'm going to pay for it. I guarantee tonight somebody's going to try to snipe this. They are not going to take this for less than $300, I would guess. If I can snag this for less than $300, I'm in the money. I'm doing pretty well at that point because I will have done a major upgrade to the collection with a bunch of titles that have value, and I'll get a good deal of that back. But I would not be shocked if I'm easily within the $300 to $400 range. If it goes above $400, I'm probably outpriced by somebody who's just playing a different game than I am. So we now know what I would pay, right? Like out in the open. But let's price out some of these other titles that I know I'm going to have to resell. And then hopefully we'll be able to arrive like on a number, a preferred bid number. The number that if it goes over that, I'm out. In order to do that, we're going to search sold listings on eBay. Let's do this quickly. So I have special searches set up so that this will go faster. If you want to know how to set up these special searches, there's a link in the notes. Okay, so we're going to open up a new tab. We're going to type sold 4K and then the title Joker. And then we'll see what comes up. This pulls up an eBay listing that has everything checked. Everything that I would want checked. So you can see like Joker here, brand new, is selling for $11, $9.49, $11. That one's $27 because it's a steel book. $7.50, $11.95. So if I were to be able to get this for $10, this person got lucky. $6 plus $2.80. I mean, that's still $9 roughly. Yeah, so I think Joker on 4K looks like it's roughly $10 in the end. So we're going to go search. So I'm going to give that 10. We're going to do the same search. Sold 4K Revenant. $12, $20, $25, $16. This with shipping is $16. So I'm gonna go like I always take that number, that rough number, and just like round down a couple bucks. Kick-ass 4K. We'll go back here. We'll type sold 4K kick-ass. Kick-ass on 4K, $12, $18. These all have shipping on them too. $15, $14. So I'm gonna make this like 13 bucks. Just again, shave off a couple dollars. Oops, I skipped one. So that was Kick-Ass. This is Braveheart. sold 4K Braveheart. Braveheart 18, 19, 14, 16, 1390. All these have, well, a lot of them have shipping on them. This one says trending at 1649. Let's just go again. I always go low, $13. Halloween 1978 sold 4K. Halloween 1978. 12, 9, 1550, 30, 29. Ooh, here's one. Somebody sold one with out of print slipcover for $30 free. Did ours have a slipcover? I don't remember. Ours does not have a slipcover. Bummer. Could have just sold off the slipcover. But yeah, okay. This is another one with a slipcover. Evidently, the slipcover ones are very popular. I like slipcovers, but I don't really care about slipcovers in the end. Oh, somebody scored Invisible Man and Halloween for $13. Okay, so it looks like roughly, let's give this like $10, right? Why not? Then we've got Batman 1989. Sold 4K Batman 1989. There we go. Sold 4K Batman 1989. Batman 1989, $20, $12. Here's one with the slip. Rare out of print slipcover, $33. $20 with the slipcover. $11 with the slipcover. Sometimes you never know. All right, I'm gonna give this $11. Batman Returns 4K. Sold 4K Batman Returns. There we go. Batman Returns 15, 20, 30, 33, 34, 43. Well, this is like the whole trilogy. 13, 12. Man, the prices are all over the place. Let's just go 13 on this one. Batman Forever. Sold 4K. Batman Forever. Batman Forever. 24.99, 14, 12. 12. These are all with free shipping though. So it's hard to know. I'm gonna go 10 on that because I think I can get 10 for it in the end. Mummy Ultimate Trilogy. Sold 4K. Mummy Ultimate Trilogy. There we go. Batman Forever. Okay. Sold 4K. Mummy Ultimate Trilogy. There we go. Mummy Ultimate Trilogy, $22, 23, 23, 23, 23. Okay. Let's go $20 on this. Again, I think I can get more than that were I to sell it, but we're trying to get like a baseline, like an underestimated baseline here. Okay. Men in Black sold 4K Men in Black trilogy. Men in Black trilogy 4K. There's 32, 37, 29. Those are steel books. So, okay. This one's kind of all over the place too, but it looks like most things on here are over $30. So let's go ahead and give this a 25. Why not? Interstellar 4K. Sold 4K. Interstellar. There we go. 15, 14, 19, 32, 16, 18. Okay, let's give this 14. Sold 4K. Spider-Man into. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse 12, 10, 13, 10. All these have shipping on them though, so I would guess 10. Let's go 10 on this. John Wick 2. Sold 4K John Wick. John Wick was on here as well, so I'm just gonna go John Wick first. $8.99. Okay. Um, $10. I'm pretty sure 2 and 3 are roughly gonna be $10 as well. So I'm just gonna skip looking up the other John Wick. Fifth Element. Sold 4K Fifth Element. There we go. Fifth Element. 17, 16, 8, 11. Okay. Let's go 12. Again, I think I could get more than that were I to want to sell it, but I'm not going to sell it. So I'm really just kind of looking for what the value probably is type of thing. 15, 12, 12, 14. Let's go 13 on this. It Chapter 1. 2, 2, 2. It. 12. Wow. 34.81 for those two. 14 with free shipping. Let's go 11 on this. Get Out. Get Out. Blu-ray, no digital. Okay. 16, 14, 10. 11, 13, 7.99. That's not a bad price. Well, with look at the shipping. 10.99. That one's free shipping. Not bad. Okay. So at these prices, let's go 12. The Martian. Sold 4K Martian. 15, 20, 14, 14, 28, 15.99, 21.99. Let's go 13. Again, I'm underestimating on purpose. Sold 4K. Dark, DARK, Knight Trilogy. There we go. Dark Knight Trilogy, $50, $40, 40, 52, 43, 43. So let's say $40, roughly $40. Born Classified Collection. So this is a Blu-ray. So instead, I'm just going to go sold, Born Classified. And so now it's adding Blu-ray, but not the word 4K to it. Born Classified. 18, 18, 13 plus shipping. 15, 17. Let's go 15 on this. Now we're into the ones I'm not going to keep, right? These are the ones I'm going to sell. If they come through, as well as like some of these titles I will be selling on Blu-ray because I've now upgraded to 4K. So we're going to go sold Saw 7 film. 11, 15, 10, 11, 9. Let's go $10 on this. This is ET 4K. 16, 24, 17, 16. Let's go 13 on that. It sold it original or original. um, I have no clue what this is worth, but I would guess not much. I'm gonna put $3 because that's yeah. Hacksaw Ridge 4K, so sold 4K. Hacksaw. Hacksaw Ridge, $13, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 17. Let's go 10. T2 Judgment Day, sold 4K. Terminator Judgment. And now we're at 9, 13, roughly 10, 7, 8. I mean, okay, let's go 8. I think I can get 8 no matter what for it. Greatest Showman 4K, sold 4K. Greatest Showman. All right, 9 or $10, 16, 10, 9, 17, 16. Most of these are with free shipping though, so let's go 12. Super 8 Blu-ray, sold. Super 8. Let's give it a space. Super 8, 550, 489, but these are with free shipping. So let's go like $2. Logan 4K, sold 4K. Logan 14.99, 50. Holy crap, 54.99 with slipcover. Let's see. Does ours have a slipcover? I don't think it does. No slipcover. Logan 13, 29, 15, 15. Let's go 12 on this. Halloween 2018, sold 4K. Halloween 2018. Halloween 2018. $8. $8. $7. Okay, let's say $8. I think I could get $8 no matter what. Um, Green Book 4K. Sold 4K. Green Book. 14, 12, 34 with slipcover. Slipcovers. I don't think it had a slipcover. Nope. No slipcover. No slipcover. 9. So let's say $10. I think I can get $10 for it. In the end, Ready Player One, 4K, sold 4K Ready Player. There we go. 14, 15, 14, 15, 25, 15, 22. Interesting. Okay. Let's go like $12. Upgrade on Blu-ray. Let's see what we end up with. Upgrade on Blu-ray, $9, $17, $10. Let's go with like $7. Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sold. Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's see. So this is basically it. $40. Let's say $35. Uh, $35. Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray. Sold. Back Future. Yeah, I sold something. $25, 15. Okay, go away. 15. Wow, 8. 12, 15. Let's go 12 and see what happens. These alien movies, I don't think are worth much. So I'm gonna go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, just because I see them at pawn shops all the time. And Prometheus, I would guess, is 2. So in this line, we've got $467 in value. So in our estimated of the ones I wanted to keep, 270, and total value 467, not including, the titles that I would resell that are on my shelf because they're a 4K upgrade. Although I would say that most of those titles are fairly common, and so I don't think there's exactly like a cash cow sitting there for sure. I would guess that most of those on eBay you're gonna get like between $2 and $5, maybe a little more than that, but not much for a title here or there. 467 is like, if I was to go out and buy all of these titles individually, on the low end, I would be paying $467 for them before shipping, right? If I had to buy each individual one, it would be a lot more because there's at least $3 in shipping on each purchase, and there's 43 different packages to ship here. By buying in bulk, I'm going to pay shipping once, and I'm going to be able to make a ton of upgrades all at once. Were I to win the auction, okay? So the question is, if I take my estimated, which was 270, we'll just throw this over here, 270. And then what I think the actual value is based on the searches, which is 467, right? I want to land somewhere between what I would have paid anyway and what they're actually valued at, were they to be individually sold. I want to come up with a number somewhere between 270 and 467. Let's just make this easy and go 467 minus 270. $197 difference between those two. So let's chop that in half and go 197 divided by 2, $98. We'll just say 99. Now I'm going to take that 270 and add $99, $369. Nice weird number there. What we are going to bid is $369. But I'm going to add like 56 cents on the end just in case some joker gets smart ideas and tries to outbid me by like 1 cent here or there. I always just, for luck, knock on wood type situation. I don't know why, but I always just throw like a weird number on the end. So the fact that it didn't end at 370, it ended at 369. In fact, I'm just going to go up a couple dollars so that it's at 371.56. That way, if somebody else is trying to bid a round number at 370, I'm like just a dollar more than them. The chances are good none of this will matter. But sometimes it does. And so that's why I do it. I just never end in nice round numbers, even to the penny, because I've been beaten by a few cents before because my minimum bid was just a few cents below what theirs was. I always go just a few cents higher than what I think a nice round number would be. In approximately how many hours? In 8 hours, 56 minutes, 35 seconds, I will be back. We will do this live, recorded live, and I will make a bid of $371.56 on this auction. In the very last seconds of the auction, we will do that, and we will see what happens. Whether I win it or I've wasted the last 43 minutes of my life. We'll see. And we're back. It's now 10:13 p.m. on Saturday night, that same day where you saw me do the evaluation. We're 5 minutes away, well, 4 minutes and 45 seconds away from the auction ending. And I'm pretty confident that we're probably going to win this one. You can see on the listing, the bid is still at the winning bid right now is still at $205.50. which is what it was at when we left this earlier today when we did the evaluation. There's only 2 bids on it, but there are 14 watchers, which might just be casual people who are curious what it's gonna go at. It might be people who are looking to make a bid kind of in the last minutes or so, or it might be fellow auction snipers. And if it's auction snipers, there's really not much you can do against them. You just basically have to hope that you've done your math correctly and that in the very last minutes, you happen to come above what they have evaluated the auction to be worth. You don't always win these. You win some, you lose some, just like everything in life. Feel like we've done our homework here. I've done our homework here in getting that final number, that kind of maximum that I would want to pay in order to keep some of these and sell the ones I don't. Again, like I mentioned earlier with this auction, even if I don't fully come out even in the end, I will pay the entire auction back one way or another, even if it's not necessarily with the titles in this auction. It's always my goal to come out even, if possible, on like a single transaction, whether that's me just buying 4 or 8 or 12 Blu-rays from a pawn shop. I always want to come out even as much as possible. But sometimes I want all 4 of those Blu-rays that I buy at a pawn shop. And so at another pawn shop, I try to even things out. Same thing with auctions, big auctions with a lot of titles. I try to even things out in the end within that same auction. On this one, I doubt that'll happen, but just to recap, this is our sheet where we estimated the value, both what I would pay for if I was just buying the titles that I wanted to keep, and then after doing a bunch of eBay sold listing searches, this was the column that gave us our value of the entire auction. So $270 if I was to buy them all individually before shipping, and $467 is the estimated value. We basically took the difference of those, cut it in half, and landed at $371 and 56 cents for what we are going to put on the auction. So let's copy that, bounce back over to the auction. We're at 1minute and 45 seconds now. We're going to refresh this page just to make sure that timer is good. Make sure our internet connection is solid. We're going to paste in our top bid, which is a good $165 more than the current bid. We'll see if there's any other snipers on this auction who have done their math and go high enough to beat us. I'm going to wait until the very last seconds of the auction to make this bid, and it's either going to be high enough or it's not. I'm not going to make a second bid. I'm not going to go any higher than $371.56. We're at exactly 1 minute now. We're just waiting out the countdown at this point. I'm probably going to click place bid somewhere sub 10 seconds, maybe 9 seconds or 8, or if I'm really feeling frisky, I'll go 7. You do that just to make sure that if there is another sniper on there, that they're not given too much time to like up their bid. Maybe they were just barely beat out by us. So we're at 25 seconds now. We're just going to watch this counter, and right at about 8 or 7 seconds, I'm going to click place bid. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, place bid. Confirm. I'm currently the highest bidder. And there we go. We won it. $272.89. Not bad. If our medium bid, if the bid that was basically the full value based on the sold listing searches was 467, The sweet spot, which is like, we will probably make a good deal of this back, was that $371.56, roughly. I think we actually went a little higher, like $5 higher. We also didn't account for shipping in this. I think the shipping was $8 or so. So we are definitely way below what the optimal bid was in order to make this like a safe auction in order to bid on. Yeah, that's a good result in my world. They ended up with just 6 bids. I was the winner at $272.89. Supposedly there's like 80 titles in here in this auction, and so if we took 272 divided by 80, we're looking at $3.04 per title. Not a bad haul considering just how many 4Ks were inside that auction. And even the ones that I'm going to keep, the 4Ks that I'm going to keep, the vast majority of those I already have on Blu-ray. And so I will be putting all my Blu-rays on eBay and getting the value back on a bunch of them. And so I would guess like the Dark Knight trilogy, I could easily sell my 3 Dark Knight trilogy Blu-rays for like $10. And if you just take the average of $3.40 per 4K, I'll probably pay those back just by selling the Blu-rays. So that one might come out even. There's a couple of other ones that I think will come out even if you were to just kind of do the quick math in your brain at $3.40. You can see how this is, if you have a little capital to play with, buying big lots, especially lots with a bunch of titles that you want, is a really easy way to make fast upgrades, both to your collection, to add titles to your collection, and to convert some of those Blu-rays up, to upgrade them into 4K. So this is the long, quick and dirty, unedited version of this. And bottom line is my 45 minutes paid off. We won and we got a great deal. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.